Esther, but it's usually called the Feast of Purim. Esther 9:28 says, "These days should be remembered and observed in every generation, by every family, and in every province and in every city. And these days of Purim should never cease to be celebrated by the Jews, nor should the memory of them die out among their descendants."
Okay, hold your song just a minute. I've got words. Have you got that over there?
Well, I will.
Okay. We've got songs. Typically, we have parody songs. All of these are your Beverly Hillbillies. How many of you remember the Beverly Hillbillies? Yeah, we were setting up last night, and they were up here kind of singing the Beverly Hillbillies thing, and you thought, oh, these folks grew up in the 60s for sure, because they knew every word up one side and down the other. This is a little different singing, but with the same tune. So you're going to have to strain a little bit. I apologize for the fact you can't see that any better than you can. Carol, whenever you're ready. Listen to my story about a Jew named Mordecai, who worked really hard but barely kept his family fed. His cousin Esther was summoned to the king a couple days after he kicked out the queen. Well, the first thing you know, Esther was living there, and everybody said, Mordecai, move in with her. They said Shushan Hills is the place you ought to be, but Haman hated him and all his family, Jews that is, hated him really bad. Esther knew for sure that to the palace she'd been sent. She went before the king, even knowing what it meant. Then the next day, after she spoke to the king, Haman got hung. That's what he gets for being mean.
I'm here tonight to tell you a story, a very old story. It's the story about a beautiful Jewish girl, an evil villain, and a devout Jewish man. Let me tell you a little about the characters in our story tonight. This is Esther May Mordecai, a beautiful Jewish girl with a destiny, but she doesn't know it. Without a mother, however, she's become a bit of a tomboy. She can outrun, outclimb, and outfight any boy for miles around. She's never thought much about getting married, but that's about to change.
My family and friends call me Esther May. If I was living in Eretz Israel, the land of Israel, I'd be called Hadassah, but here in Persia Media, you have to be careful not to let just anyone know that you're Jewish. So I'm called Esther May. After the death of my parents, my Uncle Jedediah Mordecai, took my granny, and my granny took me in and raised me, along with my cousin Jethro. Jed's not really my uncle, he's really my cousin, but because of his age and my love and respect for him, I call him Uncle Jed.
This is Esther May's uncle, the Jew Jedediah Mordecai. He was exiled from Israel by King Nebuchadnezzar years ago. Jed is a godly man and often sits by the gates of the city talking with everyone he sees about Yahweh and the Torah. He is wise and well respected by all.
Well, hello, doggy. Hey there, folks.
You remember, dude?
Yes, I'm Jewish. I'm Jedediah Mordecai from the tribe of Benjamin. We Jews have never asked for trouble, but Hashem, bless his name, seems to continually bless us with an ample supply. Life can be hard here in Persia Media. We're up before sunrise, eating breakfast, feeding the critters, and in the fields by sunup. Home, supper, and in bed just as soon as it turns dark. Life is harsh, but with family and Adonai at our side, we always manage.
This Esther May's granny, Daisy Moses. As you'll see, Granny is a feisty little Jewish grandmother. Born Daisy Moshe about 75 years ago, even able to trace her lineage all the way back to the original Moshe, Moses. She's proud to be a Moshe, and for such a little woman, she's got an awful big heart.
1, 2, 1, 2.
I'm gonna stick me up a rabbit stew. Soon as Jethro bakes me through, then we'll all sit down at the table and we'll eat on till we ain't able.
Jethro and Mordecai moved in with the family at the same time as Esther May, helping out with the chores in the field, chopping wood, whatever's needed. He's strong as an ox and twice as handsome. He even graduated 5th grade at the Yeshiva Hebrew School for Boys.
You know, Jethro, you should get that firewood in the cabin a lot quicker if you carry more than one log at a time. Why don't you try using your head for thinking?
Ah, shucks, Granny. I've tried it. It hurts. Leave the boy alone, Granny. He gets it done. It just takes a little longer sometimes. Do a little ciphering for these nice folks, Jethro, so they can see how smart you are.
1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. If I'm going to cipher any higher, I'm going to have to use my toes.
That's good enough, boy. We believe you. Well, don't you? It's hard to believe he only had a 5th grade education.
This is King Dahshareras. You should recognize him even from afar. Movie star, good looks, and he knows it. Notice the noble chin, the deep-set eyes, and the beautiful hair. He's really popular in Shushan Hills, especially with the girls. All the nobles love him too, but I'll let you in a little secret. He's not really of royal blood. He bought his position, so they say. He used to be in the theater, really an actor, can you believe it? King Dahshareras has chosen Shushan Hills as his capital because of the Jewish craftsmen who live there. He wants a palace modeled after that of the Jewish King Solomon.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Yeah. So I had humble beginnings. But look at me now with a face like this. I ought to be the king of Shushan Hills and all of Persia, Medea.
This is King Dahshareras' wife, Miss Vashti Jane Hathaway. Vashti Jane Hathaway Nebuchadnezzar. She's the one with royal blood from the family of King Nebuchadnezzar. She's his granddaughter. King Dahshareras' only real claim to the throne stems from Vashti Jane, and they both know this very well. She continually reminds him of it too. He married her thinking she would add validity to his kingship.
Having been raised in the palace, it's unquestionable that I'm the more educated and the more sophisticated of the two of us. My name is Vashti Jane Hathaway Nebuchadnezzar. I could have taken the king's last name when we were married, but my grandfather was King Nebuchadnezzar. And I want people to remember that I'm the queen of Persia, Medea. and where I came from. I'm a Nebuchadnezzar, and incidentally, I'm the one with all the real power anyway. That's what